We are back for another episode of Big Six Bants. Of course, hella news, loads of news today. It's a Tuesday. Of course, there's some FA Cup games to be played today. Man City kick off in about 25 minutes, so there's all of that. Not that anyone cares. Obviously, they've got some more FA Cup games. Of course, on Wednesday, United will be playing, Liverpool will be playing, and Chelsea will actually be playing as well. So a chance to sort of redeem themselves, get back on top. Find themselves in the last 8 of another cup competition. If they get another draw, they can find themselves in their semi-final. We'll have to see how it goes. But we are back. I'm joined by Casey, Kiz, Ethan, of course. We're here to talk some news. Some of the things on the list today: Nkunku injured again for 3 to 4 weeks. Bear in mind the season ends on the 19th of May. So by the time he comes back, it will be April. So make of that what you want to make of that. Might need to be spoken of as one of the flops of the season so far.
100%. Top three.
If Mount is being discussed as a flop because he hasn't played, then we're gonna have to start talking about Nkunku in that bracket as well. It's as simple as that. We've got to keep the same energy. Ten Hag's quotes protecting Antony in the media. Going out of his way to protect Antony. Nothing short of ludicrous, in my opinion. He labeled him as unstoppable when he gets going. So we'll talk about that as well. And of course, Pochettino demands time for the Chelsea players and the Chelsea camp and the Chelsea project. And of course, some FA Cup talk as well as who can be the favourites to win the competition. So plenty of things to get into today. But first of all, guys, make sure if you're new to the channel that you are subscribing to the channel. We are on the way to 8,400 subscribers. I think we're about 40 away. So let's make sure we do our best to subscribe. And of course, make sure we smash the like button. There's already 120 people in the house right now, and we're not even 2 minutes into the intro. So smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe and all that good stuff. And also get involved in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? It's always Big Six, man. It's a family over here. Man, them, how are you feeling? What's everyone saying?
I just want to address that point, that Nkunku point, fam.
Yeah, what we'll do, we'll definitely start with, I think Nkunku was the one we'll start with. By the way, I forgot to big up some of the people in the chat. Big up Sammy in the house. Big Country's here as well. Big up Wonder saying back in Antony is crazy. And he also says Nkunku's legs are made out of biscuits. Big up Kingsman in the chat as well. Marcus here as usual. Big up yourself, Marcus. He goes, I was fuming for a couple of days. I couldn't do this, man. Corey, big up yourself, man, because I couldn't. Chelsea are so shit, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man, that's the one. But yeah, Nkunku. Injured for another 3 to 4 weeks. Is he one of the flops of the season?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Has to be.
When you think of how
we
good
would laugh at it.
The whole reputation he had, it's actually bad.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I wouldn't say there's so many flops though. There's so many.
Kids.
So it's
but
there is a few flops.
Guess what though, Kay? They've all been available. That's the first thing, fam. If you're not available, bro, then there's really nothing we can say or do or comment. At least these men are available. Cool, they're stinking out week in, week out, but they're there, bro. My man's not there. How many games has he played? And any game he has played, he's been stinky or average at best.
It's not. He is definitely. He's up there. He is up there.
Bro, for me, it's top 3, 100%. 100%.
Oh, top 3. I don't know about top 3, man. I don't know. There is a few, man. There's for me, I think Mount is he's top for me.
He's in that discussion as well. Where's he been?
I think Mount is he's in a complete different category to Nkunku, in my opinion. Like at least Nkunku, he's not been available, but at least he's done. Like he scored against Wolves. He scored against Liverpool.
But K.
But still, I'm not saying. Listen, Nkunku is still up there, but I'm saying for that number 1 spot, can't.
Cool. Number 1, you can put Mount, but Nkunku 2nd or 3rd, he's there.
Yeah, no, 100%. He's definitely top 3.
He's right there, bro. Like he's done he's basically done the same as Mount. 2 goals for me does not cut it like as anything.
Nah,
I'm not hearing that.
Mount is on a whole different level.
Because if Mount scored 1, what we're gonna say Nkunku scored 2 and Mount scored 1? Like,
yeah, but
come on, bro.
Mount,
what is it?
By the way, where that Mount's even been available was Mount's not been available, bro.
It's a striker.
Wait. What's the question? Why is Mount at the top?
Bro, for one,
8
he's
appearances,
not been available.
no GA.
Yeah, 8 appearances. That's nothing. He might as well not be available for the whole season.
What about Lavia for Chelsea?
Mount costs.
But he's up there as well.
Yeah, Lavia cost 60 million as well. Okay?
But the thing is,
we'll ignore that as well.
But for Lavia, I'll say because he hasn't played a single game
Lavia's a youth.
No, Lavia's played. Lavia's played. Lavia played like 20 minutes.
Lavia's played.
Mount got given that number 7 shirt.
Wait, what? Wait, man, if we're doing the injury team, what about Timber?
What about Timber? Find something with Mount.
Wait, if we're doing the not available team, wait, hold on. If we're doing the injury thing, is Timber a flop so far?
That's the cheekiest thing I've ever heard in my life, innit?
No, I hear it though. I'm going by the logic that's being explained. I'm not saying that as a general point.
Timber got to ACL injury first game of the season.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, no. What I'll say though, Montel, is Timber's been out and hasn't come back yet. Nkunku's come back, been injured a little bit, come back. Now he's injured again. You get it?
Yeah.
Like this is why I put on and Nkunku came as the Chelsea fans are pinning their entire season on Nkunku. That's where the difference is. We haven't pinned our entire season on Timber. Like
I haven't.
Chelsea fans. How many times, Montel? How many times? Wait, I'm not talking about Mount, but for Nkunku, yeah. How many times have you heard Chelsea fans say, "Oh, when Nkunku comes back, everything we're gonna cook with this, with that, like everything's fine. It's all gonna link." Like, man's done nothing. Yeah, dead. Mount. What I'll say is, Mount's come in heavy price tag. I swear he was your mark. No, he wasn't your marquee, was he? Because Hoyden was more, if I'm not mistaken. Regardless, you gave him the number 7 shirt, the hype around Mount.
There was no hype around Mount.
Stop trying to find it. Shut up. Man said there was no hype around Mount.
Number 7 shirt, bro.
Corey. Stop downplaying it, G.
Bro, when he came into the club, there was a huge, like 50% wanted him, 50% didn't. Be honest. 50% wanted him, 50% didn't.
Corey, when you got Mount, you was telling us how much of a better deal it was than Havertz and all of this, and like how you got the better. United fans were saying you got the better end of the stick.
Yeah, but he also said Mount was a championship player.
Right.
Cool. Montel, Corey might have said that, but I'm talking about the fan base.
Yeah,
bro.
It's not about what Corey thinks alone.
It's not about what just Corey thinks. You get it?
I don't know, innit? Like, it depends what metric you want to go by. If you want to go by availability, then I think Timber's the worst. If you want to go by availability, if you want to go by what we, if you want to go by expectation and what we've seen, Nkunku's probably the worst because he was.
Well, why don't we go by what you? Why don't we go by what do you think? Where do you think it ranks? What do you value more? The fact that he's had an ACL injury and hasn't returned yet, and that being the flop of the season, or someone
Nkunku's first injury was Nkunku's first injury. Where remember Nkunku only came back about a month and a half ago, but when Nkunku came back, it wasn't an ACL, but it was a knee injury. It was a similar knee injury. I think it was an MCL. I don't know. I think it was an MCL. It was similar to
how much was Timber bought for? What was Nkunku bought for? What was the hype around Nkunku when he came? Listen, with Timber
again,
was.
You're trying to
not,
avoid.
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Wow,
but I'm just trying to. I'm not trying to avoid anything. I'm just saying, if we're looking at it, Timber cannot be the flop of the season when there was no impetus on Timber.
I didn't say it was flop of the season though. I didn't say it was flop of the season. I'm just saying by the availability metric, Timber and Lavia have to be put in the conversation.
And Ethan were like Mount's the top. No, he's not.
He is Mount for me. Mount is still the top. I'm not going to.
I'm seeing the chat throwing Tonali. Why isn't that spoken about?
Yeah, Tonali's there too. I'm not.
Why isn't Tonali top?
Because Tonali's actually done something. Tonali's done something in a Newcastle shirt. Mount has done
That
nothing.
makes it 10 times worse.
He's done nothing.
Mount
Mount has done nothing for you. He's done, Corey, Mount has done nothing for you.
The only thing I say about Mount is I don't even know what's wrong with him.
Wait, hold on. He got a number 7 shirt on $250,000 a week, number 7 shirt, and he's not done nothing. He's not even got GA.
He's been injured.
No.
I finally want to say they've made at least 10 appearances. That's what I'll say.
How about this? But again, so lads,
but then Timber's made one.
Wait, that's but
to make an impact. So
yeah, so does it come down to this? Is what I'm saying. What metric do you guys want to go by? Because
impact.
If we're going by availability, is the best ability.
Availability is a factor, but it's just we'll be here all day.
Yeah, that's just a factor in it. Yeah, it's just a factor.
Well, I think we pick and choose how much you want to value availability and how much you want to laugh about it, because it's like with someone like Timber, it's we can't wait for him to be available. But for another player, it will be his availability shit can't be asked. So what are we gonna?
You know what?
It's what you want to go by. Obviously, if Timber was to come back and get injured within 2 games, then I understand it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we still need to see him when he returns. What type of player? This is my point.
He hasn't returned. It's not like the others.
Yeah, but it doesn't. But it is. But it is in the same fact that he's not contributed. He's come in as to be one of the better right backs for Arsenal, and unfortunately,
the main right
not because of his talent. Yeah, and not because of his talent. Not because of his talent. But the main.
What did you say?
He wasn't brought in to be the main right back.
But he's our best right back.
I'm sorry.
He's not. He's not.
No, but you're not talking about like he's the best wing.
No, left back.
He can play across the whole back line, not just right back.
He was brought in to be the main left back. No,
is he even real at this?
Left back.
Yeah, I don't know if he's real. I don't know if
he's a strong contender for the left back position. Yeah.
No. Don't,
and what about Lavia?
Don't say contender.
It is that for some games he'll play Zinni.
He's your main left back.
Corey, some games he will play Zinni, some games he'll play Timber. That was the idea of it. That was the idea.
This backtracking's crazy.
How is it backtracking?
My thing is, he hasn't even played. He's played 1 game, and in that game, he got an injury, and I haven't seen him since.
Casey, but that's
so
I can't. I understand.
So to put him there is mad. It's ludicrous.
But
Corey's saying
he isn't their main left back now. To turn around and say,
he was definitely meant to come to replace Zinchenko.
He's your main left
back.
He was definitely meant to come to replace.
My point was not every game. That's my point. Corey, my point was
they haven't had my full team. That's what
Corey.
Corey,
my point is with that, bro, is Timber was brought in to be a left back in important games. Yeah, like Liverpool, City, even you, man. Tottenham, etc.
Casey, talk to me.
Casey was gonna play majority of the games.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He'll play majority of the game because, bro, majority of the Prem games are big games. But I'm saying some other games he will need to break down low block. Zinni will play. I don't see
fam.
So why would we keep Tomiyasu? Hold on, I've got you. Why would we keep Tomiyasu? Corey, I'm asking you. Why would we keep Tomiyasu and Zinchenko if we're gonna just keep Timber every game?
Because it's hard to get rid of two of those
players. Corey, stop talking rubbish, bro. Please.
We've
given Tomiyasu a new contract.
Zinchenko, you can't just offload him like that.
We gave Tomiyasu a new contract. So why would we do that?
Our left backs are gonna be Tomiyasu.
Can I finish, Casey?
And Timber can play there as well.
Guys, this is not on Arsenal. This is not an Arsenal wing back conundrum. The point is, we just apply the same context, because for me, I would say Mount is a flop, but it's also something where he's not played nearly. There's barely been enough of a sample size to say he's been shit, in my opinion. And I have no reason to back Mount. I'd say the same thing for Nkunku. I wouldn't say he's been shit, but there's not enough. This is not enough of a sample size. But people have labeled Mount a flop. Mount has been labeled a flop. So if Mount has been labeled a flop, then I'm sorry, Lavia has to be in the conversation. Timber has to be in the conversation, and to get it, and other men who are struggling to because at the end of the day, you were signed to make a difference either within the squad or within the first team. Yeah, and you're not available. And again, we've spoken about availability as an importance, but when it's now Timber, man don't want to label it as is
Mons,
the man want to label availability as importance. I'm just saying that.
Nonsense,
I'm not talking nonsense. I'm not
you
talking
are.
nonsense.
Let me tell you
why.
why.
I'm applying the logic to your guy, and you don't like it.
It's not the same logic, and I'll tell you why it's not the same logic. Yeah, like I said, and I think it was Gabriel or Gabriel. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Said it earlier in the chat. Yeah, Corey can't even tell me what Mount's injured with. That's the difference. It does. It does though. Because the guy's just sitting down, smiling, collecting a paycheck, and no one even knows what's wrong with him.
Is that what you think? That is your opinion.
Okay, Corey, tell me what's Mark's injury?
Oh, I don't know,
bro. I would have to go have a look. I couldn't care less about.
No, don't have a look. What's Mark's injury? Don't have a look. Okay, Corey, what is Mount's injury?
All right, we'll have a look now.
No, that's my point. You have to go and look. That's my point.
I don't care about Mount.
I can sit here and say Timber's out with an ACL injury. Timber's out of an unfortunate ACL injury, and the whole world knows, that he's been out of the ACL. No one knows what's gone on with Mount, and it's been stop and start all year. He's on 250 racks a week, and he got given the number 7 shirt, and he got brought in to kickstart this Ten Hag project. So you can't compare that with Timber. That's dead. It's two complete different scenarios.
All right, so Keys, but then you have turned around and used his availability. Is a factor into why he's being a flop. Montel has then turned around to you and said, "Hold on a second, Timber's unavailable. Does that make him a flop?" You've told me that doesn't. No, Casey, I let you finish. I let the man them finish. Yeah, you guys have then turned around to us and said, "Oh no, it's a different situation." Then Montel asked you, "Isn't Timber your main left back?" Then you have turned around and said, "Oh, he's chopping change with Zinchenko."
He is the main left back. He is.
This whole entire season, you've made it clear that he's your main left back.
He is.
In more than one occasion that we don't have our full team in Partey and Timber, especially. Yeah. For me. With Mount, I couldn't care less about Mount. Yeah, he probably does have an injury, and I can look it up and find out. But whenever I see something about Mount, I don't care. I'll just turn my nose. I don't care about Mount.
It's not about what you think. It's not about what you think or if you care.
It's not just me though. Look at the chat and replies. Any Man United fan that doesn't really rate Mount like that is just going to say the same thing. We don't.
So just because you man don't.
Never going to affect our season, bro.
All right, Corey, so you're telling me just because you don't care, that none of you care what the injury is, it means that he's not considered.
You've told me what's his injury. I don't know because I don't care. If I had a look, and I don't even know, it could be. Imagine it's an ACL. Then what? What are you going to turn around and say?
Listen, Corey, you're going around the bush, bro. The bottom line is he's not on the pitch, innit? That's your point. He's not on the pitch. He's not kicking a football when he's not available. Same as Timber, not available. Same as Nkunku, same as Lavia, not available.
But the difference with all of them,
injuries aren't the players' fault in it. Listen, we know injuries aren't the players' fault, and they want to be on the pitch as much as we want to see them on the pitch for our respective clubs. But at the end of the day, I just think there are different metrics where, of course, Mount has actually had opportunities to play. Lavia has made the 50-minute cameo. Timber's made the 60-minute first game of the season game that he played, and obviously Nkunku's had 7 appearances, has managed to score 2 goals in that time, but he's been fit for the last 5 weeks, hasn't started for Chelsea. He's been on the bench for most of those now. He's come off the bench. So it's like,
let's apply a rule. Let's just do 10 appearances or at least 5 appearances. Let's base it on performances, isn't it? Flop of the season, because you can't say someone's a flop if they're getting
This is about Nkunku, innit? Hasn't Nkunku been a flop? Like, Nkunku's now been injured again after he's not even starting games, and man is now injured again. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not even starting. It's not like he's banging 90 minutes, and then 2 back-to-back 90 minutes. He's hurt himself. Donny's coming on with cameos, bro. He's doing up cameos, and he's got injured again. And for me, the one thing that I'll say about Nkunku, I don't really want to crash it on my man because I actually think he's a really good player, innit? Regardless of what shirt he's put on, he's a good player. He's proved what he could do in the Bundesliga. He's been underwhelming in the Premier League, but yeah, he is in a bad system. My thing is that when he's been fit for 5 games in a row, and he hasn't started a single one of them. He hasn't started a single one of them. Jackson, he's better than Jackson. He's better than Sterling. Cole Palmer,
he's not getting picked.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, people are saying, "Oh, but Monts, that's the manager's fault. That's the manager's fault." I don't know what goes on in the Chelsea camp, but anyone with half a brain knows Nkunku's their best. It knows Nkunku's their best attacker.
But the thing is,
anyone
Montel,
with a brain knows.
Nkunku, I haven't seen a performance, or I haven't seen
Nkunku's not
anyone
their best
do
attacker.
anything, or Nkunku do anything for me to say Nkunku should start. Bro, he's looked stinky or average at best in the games he's played. Cool, he scored a goal or two, but that for me, that's nothing. Havertz has done that, and man was slating him. Like, you can score a goal and do nothing. I've seen Rashford do it for years. Like, bro, players can do that, fam. I don't want to hear he scored a goal and that's why he should be there. Bro, he hasn't performed at all. For me, he hasn't pulled up no trees.
Yeah, as I said, I haven't seen a single performance for me to go,
no trees, bro.
He has to start next game. Oh my days. Maybe after he scored the goal, the consolation goal at Anfield, maybe the one time. But against Crystal Palace, shocking. Against Man City, shocking. In the cup final, shocking. Like, he's not doing, like, at least when I saw João Felix step foot on the pitch before he got the red card, of course, which I still think was a bit harsh. Bro, the first time the ball got fired into him, he chopped it round the man and left him for dust.
But that being said,
bro,
Nkunku was out for like 5 months. Like, it's hard to get the momentum and just come in and just hit the ground running in, especially with that crap Chelsea team.
Yeah, but then again,
Tony didn't play for 6 months, fam.
So why? My question to you, Ethan, is why has Cole Palmer, who barely played any Premier League football in his career, come in and still looks head and shoulders above every other player that they have, regardless of the experience, regardless of the price tag? He is a pure footballer.
Ask Arsenal fans how Partey looks after the first game back or so.
No, it's not. No. But Nkunku's been fit for 5 weeks.
Yeah, I know. There's no excuse. But you were making a João Felix comparison in terms of the instant impact.
No, yeah, I'm talking about instant. I'm talking about when I'm using my eyes. I'm looking at yes, the Chelsea team isn't that good, but I can tell when a guy is head and shoulders above everyone else just by looking at him play. João Felix, I don't think is better than Nkunku, but João Felix was head and shoulders. Is it easy to say he was not? Was he not better than everyone else on that pitch? Even though he's not a superstar, but bro, João Felix was way better than the other man Chelsea had last year.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%.
Way better. Do you know what I'm saying? You can see that. But with Nkunku,
I'm not seeing.
Huh?
You should have shame, please.
Bro, Nkunku, and the thing is, and we know Nkunku on paper is better than these guys. That's what's harder to take. We know Nkunku is better than all of these guys on paper. He's better than Sterling. Maybe not the City Sterling, but this Sterling today is better than Sterling. He's better than Jackson. Palmer, he should be better than Palmer, but again, Palmer seems to be more cut from the cloth, as in he's fit, he's available. You know what I'm saying? He's got the right head on his shoulders. I just think Nkunku is going to need a run of games before we can fully judge him. I wouldn't say we're even crashing it on him, but I think it's fair to say it's not good enough. It's definitely fair to say it's not good enough from a rival perspective and from a Chelsea perspective, because he's an attacker and he's not the marquee, but he's one of the guys who, again, we as rival fans, again, Ethan Tottenham, Casey and Kids Arsenal, United with Corey, me and Liverpool, we'd have to sit there and hear you, man, go, yeah, but when Nkunku's fit,
bro, they pinned their entire season on that guy, bro. I don't want to hear Cole Palmer.
Pocher said it, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to hear Cole Palmer, because Cole Palmer was not meant to do what he's doing. He was meant to come in and be a player like a Madueke and kind of just get into the team, have a game here and there, and if you play well, maybe you get a little run of games. He was never meant to be the guy that he is now. So I don't want to hear Cole Palmer. And Nkunku was meant to be Cole Palmer. Yeah. That's what was meant to happen.
I'll say it itself, innit? Like, Nkunku's a baller and he's going to need to get that run of games, but will he get that run of games? When he's back, is the Chelsea attack going to be clicking well enough for it's like, well, you don't exactly walk back into this team, do you? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of them ones. And I said, I know you're hot, and he's saying Nkunku has 2 starts for Chelsea and has 2 goals. But
he's doing the starts thing.
Like, bro, like, come on.
Wait, let me check something quick. Who did he score in?
Did he score in both his starts?
Wolves and Liverpool.
So I don't get when man say that.
Yeah, he never started the Wolves.
Yeah, no, but he came off the bench to score 2 goals, but he started 2 games for Chelsea.
This is my point. So why do man them use starts like he bagged in the starts? Bro, he bagged when he came off. So maybe he's better coming off the bench. Just not mentioning his starts, and then when he man, I'm just trying to make stats benefit them, fam.
Nah, let's be real. Nkunku would be starting for Chelsea. Like, let's be real.
I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that. But why are you using his starts and his goals like he scored in his starts, fam? He didn't. He scored.
Was it home or away this game? Was it home or away?
He scored at Antony at the Molineux, I believe, or was it at Stamford Bridge? Did Chelsea lose at Stamford Bridge to Wolves? At Stamford Bridge?
I don't know.
No, because they lost 4-2 at Stamford Bridge.
They drew 1-1
with Wolves.
Anfield.
But Cole Palmer scored that game. Yeah, it was at the Bridge. It weren't actually. It weren't. It wasn't. It was at the Molineux. He scored.
They're both away. Yeah, the Wolves and Liverpool are both away.
Yeah. So they were both away. So he didn't win. None of them did. Okay.
He didn't win. But again, like, it's still like, look, at the end of the day, yeah, Nkunku, listen, every Chelsea fan can tell you that the season overall has not been good enough. And it's probably going to end like that if he is out for, 4 weeks he's out for again.
Yeah, 3 to 4
weeks. So yeah, it's looking like it's not going to end well overall. But at the end of the day, yeah, he's still an important player for Chelsea, in my opinion, because we know what Nkunku can do. And we've seen it. We've seen it when he comes on. Although his performances haven't been great, you can see the threat that he gives Chelsea. It's a 100%. Different threat that they've got. They haven't got that threat. The goals he scored against Wolves and Liverpool, I can't see anybody in Chelsea's attack even doing that. The goal he scored against Liverpool.
He's the most ruthless.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Like, natural finisher out of all of them. I agree. That's why it's underwhelming. That's why it's underwhelming. They will get better.
How old is he?
The goals have been pointless. The goals have been pointless.
How is he? 24.
Around that, 23, 24.
Yeah, so like there's still a long way to go. So we'll have to see next year.
What are you talking about? Nkunku?
Yeah.
He's 26. He's 26. We're not talking about
26.
How old is Mason Mount?
There's still a long way to go. There's still a long way to go.
There's still a long way to go. These men are finished.
Bro, he's been 26 for 4 months.
Yeah,
there's the man like Watkins and that's 28. So like this is what I'm saying. There's still a long way to go.
Excited about his age, bro.
Hold on a second. Mount's 25.
Bro, listen, there's a long way to go for Mount. Yeah, there's a long way to go for Mount too.
No issue.
That doesn't change the season, Corey.
Right. Well, let's just ask the chat. Nkunku so far, guys, just put flop or no flop. Just put flop or no flop. Yeah, in the chat. I just want to see some answers. Let's move on. Anyway, let's move on to some of the Ten Hag stuff on Antony. Actually, no. Before we do, let's keep it Chelsea for another 10 minutes. So let's move on to Pochettino. Sorry, Pochettino and his quotes about needing time. A lot of Chelsea fans are kind of sick of Poch at the moment. There are probably the few who want to give him time, very minute part of the Chelsea fan base. Is Poch right to demand time? Or is it a same hire and fire, get someone else in? Because Poch's record in the Premier League is now equivalent to that of Graham Potter. Graham Potter was 10th at this point after 23 games. Poch is 11th after the same amount of games. Does he deserve time?
It's weird. Like you know why it's weird? Because it's like when you look at people like Klopp, and I saw his press conference, he's like if you look at people like Klopp, Pep, and even if you want to dash Mikel in there, if you want to do that, there's a thing of 4 years. There's this whole 4 years thing where give a manager 4 years and then you can start to see certain bits. But the problem is certain people can't wait 4 years. And it's like, if we do wait the 4 years, where's the guarantee you're going to bring me success after that? Then if there isn't a thing, then I've wasted 4 years. So it's like, but then again, on Poch's hand, you could say, I have to have that time. Because you never know what can happen in football. If I have that time and then I can win certain things and do this, do that, then you wouldn't be complaining about the 4 years.
Yeah.
So it's a TV thing.
That's what I'm saying. It just like depends the way you want to look at it.
That's what I said. I think football's there's a time now where unfortunately institutions like Chelsea and Man United have hired and fired for a long time. United has been, 11 years now where you guys have hired and fired, chopped and changed. And for 11 years, you haven't seen anything significant. Yeah, you've won a few cups here and there, but you're Man United. You're always going to win the odd trophy every 3 years or so. It's going to happen. You're Man United. Chelsea, obviously, it worked well because they were under Abramovich, who was ruthless, but it worked. You know, it worked. You can't deny that it didn't work under Chelsea because last 20 years, they've been the most successful team. Fact. Yeah. But now that Abramovich isn't there and Bowley's the owner, and it's like they're just kind of going for money rather than the right type of people upstairs, a project probably is the right way to go for Chelsea. Like a long-term project probably is the right way to go. But the way the institution is set up, you have to succeed along the way, or at least have a minimum requirement along the way. Whereas that's going to be mad difficult at Chelsea because their man is sitting 11th. The fan base aren't going to settle for being 11th.
I don't think though. If you look at Chelsea's team, yeah, like, and I'm gonna not be biased here. I'm not gonna be biased here. But if you look at Chelsea's team, cool, they bought Caicedos and Enzo and all these man, but I don't think they've bought a team to actually win things. Like, let's be real, bro. Enzo, cool, he done what he done in Argentina and all of this, but there's nothing proven there. It was all like cool potential. They bought a lot of potential in it. Same with Caicedo, same with Mudryk. I feel like Mudryk was just a steal. They just didn't want Arsenal getting it. A lot of these deals they've done, bro, it was just bare FOMO, fam. Even Enzo. Enzo was FOMO, bro.
But we're saying, from a manager standpoint, do Chelsea continue the hire and fire, or do they give someone time? Because we'll never know.
I don't think Poch is the guy.
We'll never know how about this? We'll never know what's my man? What's the previous manager called? Potter. We'll never know what Potter would have done after 2-3 years, and we're probably not going to know what Pochettino is going to do after 2-3 years. Football's moved on where everyone seems to forget that again. Fergie was shit for 3 years, bro. Fergie would have got sacked first season in today's game.
But you know what I've realized though? You know what I've realized about the way football works, yeah? And I just noticed this the other day. The way football works nowadays is in order to be successful, the owners and the manager need to be on the same page. Yeah. If they're not on the same page, you're done. It's impossible to be successful. Like, look at Liverpool, how Klopp and you lot's owners, like, it's not the greatest relationship, but there's still some sort of like...
There's a rapport there. There's an understanding.
Yeah, there's something there. There's an understanding there. Mikel and our owners, that took a while for that to happen. And you're starting to see why that's becoming a success. City and their owners, same relationship. If you're not on the same relationship, you're not going to go anywhere. So either Poch needs to back up his ideas, and like, I even saw him air Bodie when they were trying to collect his medal, and that you can't be doing that. That's just they're destined to fail if it's stuff like that. So Poch and Bodie need to come to an understanding and just sit down and say, look, what are we going to do to get Chelsea back to where they belong? Because let's be real, Chelsea don't deserve to be here. Their club and their history and whatever, they don't deserve to be 11th, wherever they are. I don't even know where they are. They don't deserve it. So they need to sit down and say, cool, what is the project? What is the plan? Literally put everything on the table, say, what are we doing? And as long as they do that, then they'll be all right. But if not, then Poch isn't the guy. And it's as simple as that.
Yeah, I hear it. I personally think Poch and Ten Hag, the likes of Poch and Ten Hag should be sacked, by the way. My question is that, like, at what point do you sit down and go, this man is getting 5 years regardless of what happens? Regardless of what happens, he's getting 5 years. Yeah? Obviously, unless we're sitting here in 15th.
Yeah, but that's mentality. That's what you're about to say. That is it there. There's always a but. Because there's no one you're going to trust blindly, no matter what. Because if a man's got you near the relegation zone come the last 5 games of the season, 10 games of the season, you're not hearing, no matter what. Like, you're not hearing it.
You're not hearing trust the process.
You're not hearing it. So there's a bit of give and take. There's a bit of give and take in it.
that's what I mean. Where I feel like with Chelsea and United, their minimum requirement is higher than a Liverpool and an Arsenal. Yeah, so Klopp was allowed to finish 8th when he came in November. You know what I'm saying? He was allowed to finish 8th.
Your squad was a bit different as well.
Yeah,
like
obviously the squad was shit, but like he was allowed to finish 8th. Yeah, I still feel like, and then the season after that, and we lost the final. We got to 2 cup finals actually, and then the season after that, things started to look a bit better. However, Arteta was allowed to finish 8th twice. Yeah, at Chelsea, I'm sorry, at Chelsea and United, you're not allowed to finish, bro. Potter didn't even make it to the end of the season. Yeah, he didn't make it to the end of the season.
I still don't get why they snapped him. I don't get it.
Bro, even Man United, bro, Van Gaal.
Like
Van Gaal came 5th, won the FA Cup, sacked.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I say I talk about institutions like Man United and Chelsea differently to Arsenal and Liverpool. I think Arsenal and Liverpool still have a bit more loyalty throughout the hierarchy of the club. Unless you're just bottom barrel, stinky as fuck. Really get out my job. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it's just that Montel, we don't throw money. We can't throw money because sacking and hiring and sacking cost a lot of money.
We can't
like
afford
you're
to
terminating bare man's contracts. You're buying bare new players for every manager that comes in. So you're always having to have an expensive window. Like it costs a lot to do that. Like, and Chelsea and Man United can do that. Liverpool and Arsenal aren't clubs that can do that.
But
really,
then-
we can't
but then it
unless
needs
it's an
to
emergency.
be-
You're not sacking a man after 7 months,
It's-
then giving the next man in that same summer after you've just sacked a guy, then 150 million. Like, it's all brazy. Like,
It's the philosophy. Yeah, it's obviously down to the philosophy. Obviously, you look at Man City, who I think are a hybrid of Chelsea. I generally think City are a hybrid of Chelsea and Arsenal and a hybrid of Man United and Liverpool, where they've got Man United's money and Chelsea's money, but they have Liverpool's and Arsenal's philosophy in terms of loyalty and being on the same page as the owners. And that is, for me, a recipe for success. It is. Like, not everything's going to work. Not every signing's going to work. Not everything's going to be sunshine mountain, but you have the understanding of like what's tolerable and what's not tolerable. I still think Poch hasn't hit the quota to stay in the job in it. I think if Chelsea were in 6th place, it wouldn't be good. It'd still be bad. But it'll be like it's a bit more okay. This is the bar now. Where we are is the bar. We don't drop below it. Next season, we want to go for top 4. That's the target for next season. From 11th place, from 11th place. This is why I think Chelsea needed to win this final and go far in the FA Cup. Because if Chelsea done a cup double and finished 11th, that is the most Chelsea thing I've seen. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the most Chelsea because we've seen Chelsea win the league, come 10th, then win the league.
yeah, bro,
I've seen Chelsea
finish
finish 6th and then win the champs. I've seen Chelsea finish 6th and win the champs, bro.
Yeah, Montel, look, in the year, I think it was since the year 2000. So in the year 2000, Chelsea won a trophy. Then they didn't win one until 05. And then every year since 05, bar the past 2 years, they only went a year without winning the trophy. So they went like 05, 06, 07, 08, they won one. Then they didn't in 09. Then 10, 11, they won one. Or 12, they didn't. Then they always had 1 year out. Now, since Todd Bowley's come in, it's been 2 years, bro. It's going to be 2 years. They're not going to win the FA Cup, in my opinion. So it's going to be 2 years.
And they still, and the thing is that it's in Chelsea's DNA.
And they nearly had it, Montel. They nearly somehow
they
done
were
it,
like
fam.
the width of the post from Gallagher's shot away from making it happen 2 days ago. So, like, they're good. Like, this is what I say, where it's like, it's like, bro, Chelsea easily in another reality could have got a cup double this year, FA Cup and Carabao, and all of a sudden you're looking at the squad going, well. I mean, there is
it
Europe.
that bad?
You know, because think about it. You win the FA, you're in Europa. You win the Carabao, you're in Conference. It's like, well, even if we finish 6th, we would have got there anyway. So we've just got it through winning the cups. So now you're looking at completely different. This is why I say football is fine margins, but Poch ain't helping himself by losing in the way that he's losing. It's not. I don't think Chelsea fans are almost upset about the final because it's the Carabao. They're upset because they lost to a bunch of under-21s in extra time. That's why they're not. Because that stuff there is unforgivable.
Yeah, but
if it was like Salah, Jota and that, they can.
Yeah, I think they'll probably go, well.
Liverpool are a good side, fam. It can happen to anyone, kind of thing. They'll be hot, but yeah.
I feel like we're lowering the bar though for Chelsea a little bit, like in a sense of we need to understand that Chelsea are a Champions League team that have won Prems. This ain't no this is a big boy club. You know what I'm trying to say? So even them winning the FA Cup or just the Carabao Cup, that's not good enough. It's far from good enough.
Now, but for what, bro? But they've new manager and bare new players, bro. We can't put them on the level.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The bare new players, these are meant to be top players, like Enzo, World Cup winner.
But they're not. But that's the difference, Kay. I don't see them as top players.
Yeah,
I never did. Even when they signed them, I didn't see them as top players. Like, they had big bread and all of this. I never thought Caicedo was the best in the league. That's what 100 and whatever represents.
He was top three.
Bro, he was never seen in my eyes as the best in the league. I don't care what you have to say, bro.
Top five.
Same with Enzo.
The top 5 doesn't warrant 110 million in it.
Thank you, bro. That's what I'm saying. So this is my point. 100 and something million represents 1 or 2. And I'm talking about debate for 1 or 2. Like, not the solidified 2. Bro, 100 million is a lot of bread, bro. A lot of bread. So, fam, Caicedo and Enzo was never that. Mudrik's close to 100 M's. That's 80 M's. He was very much never see there's no talent that's going to tear up the league. Like, bro, they've just spent bare bread on, I swear down, it's a joke. It's a joke.
But it's just not. It's not.
I'll round it off. So go on, Nico.
Yeah, I'm going to shut up. Big up the man and big up everyone in here. I'll catch you man tomorrow, innit?
Love, bro.
Love in a bit.
Big up. So let's keep it to this then. Poch in or Poch out as a rival panel right now. I think he doesn't deserve to keep the job.
If you're saying rival panel, I'm saying Poch in.
Poch in, yeah.
Because I don't think
no. I'm saying like generally like on the objective.
Okay. Yeah, no, Poch out. He's not good enough. He's far from elite. Far from. And
I think
it's just not that. Like I said, if Chelsea want to get back into the Champions League and start compete, because that's the level, getting back into the Champions League and competing for all 4 trophies. Let's be real, Poch isn't the one to do that, and he's far from that guy. So do
you know what I'd say is another thing that I feel like we need to that needs to be labeled. I feel like Poch inevitably. I think. I'll keep it simple as this. Poch is a long-term manager, but Chelsea are not a long-term club. So he shouldn't have signed that contract to begin with. I think it was a misprofile.
Manager though?
Yeah, because Poch's whole thing is that's what they were saying. We don't really want Poch, but he's really good with young players. Look what he done with Spurs. He can make these players.
That's it. So I think it was good for both of them.
But bro, Chelsea ain't the institution to do that, bro. Go manage Leipzig. Go do what Xabi Alonso. Go Leverkusen.
Yeah, but Montel,
Todd Bowley. Yeah,
you have to look at the ownership, bro. Todd Bowley took out everything that Chelsea, like all the old regime. Montel, remember, bro, he sacks everyone, bro. He got rid of everyone. He brought in him. He put himself as the sporting director. Someone who's never done anything in the football industry before has put himself as the sporting director. Got his brethrens, and these managers brought bare young players. Like, bro, everything that we know about Chelsea, Montel, that, you know, the ruthlessness, the win trophies no matter what. When Roman came in, Montel, he got the best of the best, bro. Man got the best sporting director at the time and was like, you come in, you do this, and you're going to run the show, and you're going to oversee this football side. And you saw that, bro. Like, Chelsea weren't like, you know, just money. Cool, they had a lot of money, they spent a lot of money, but there was the ruthlessness and a vision. Like, these men weren't just willy-nilly dashing money, bro. These men were dashing money and winning things. Like, you get it, there was a return on investment. Todd Bowley, I cannot see. If you tell me, Montel, after spending $1 billion, you showed me that Chelsea side and said to me, this is £1 billion team, bro. Montel, I'll look at you and laugh, bro. I'll be like, what? I'll be like, you are taking me for one right now.
Bro,
like,
do you know what it is?
You are taking me for one, fam.
Case, you know me, bro. I've been crashing it on, especially Caicedo, for the longest. And I understand it's going to be from a salty perspective because I didn't get him in it. But it's because I didn't get him that I've watched almost every minute he's played in the Premier League, because I have to see what I've missed out on, bro. I've just missed out on a signing that was told, I was saying that was going to win us the league. You guys were saying, fuck me, Liverpool are now going to win the league before Chelsea came in and got him. Like, we all said it. We all said Caicedo was going to be the key, the final piece.
100%, bro.
And so I've had to go to myself, let me watch every dying minute of this, brother. Let me see what would have won me the league. Yeah. And I'm seeing £100 million Marvelous Nakamba, Diakite, Edson Alvarez is better than him. Lokonga's looked better than him. Like, he's just
Lokonga's way tighter.
He's not shit, by the way. Again, Caicedo is not shit, bro. But he's just mid. Like when Chelsea fans tell me, he won the ball back and started the attack for a goal. Bro, I've seen most DMs in the Prem do that. I've seen
Senesi do that.
So you get it. I've seen Norgard do that, bro. I've seen hella man do that, bro. You know how many man I've seen win the fucking ball, win the ball, and then what the fuck? That is the basic of the basic. Man, I've lowered the bar for a man who's the most expensive. But 110 million. It's not Caicedo's fault. What about Pogba? What about Pepe? What about Sancho? What about all of those guys? What about Maguire? What about all of them, man? What about them, man? Was the price not there for whatever? What about Darwin? What about Højlund? What about all these guys? What about Antony? But Caicedo, it's all right, because it's Caicedo. Like, it's
all right.
It's for the future. It's for the future.
The Enzo one kills me.
Like Chelsea fans are happy to let it get crashed on Mudryk. They're happy to have Mudryk get crashed on. Daft him under the bus. Yeah, but if it's Caicedo, he played well in the final. No, he didn't. He's clumsy. Like,
and God forbid Rice stunk. If Rice stunk, we would have heard that one as well.
God forbid.
But if Rice
I was told Nkunku was creating space when he came on against Palace. You man were crucifying Werner for doing that. Crucifying Havertz and Werner for that shit. Crucifying them. But now it's okay for Nkunku to do it because it's the only good thing you can tell me he's done. It's a car crash over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, Melo, it's that. I had the diamond tester out for every week. Every night I saw him out in the club, I had the diamond tester ready.
Are you saying it weren't bleeping?
Bro, he just weren't there. He weren't there. He didn't even give me a chance to bleep it. I didn't get to bleep it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones, innit? Listen, you lot, smash the like button. Let's move on to the Eric Ten Hag part, and then we'll obviously close out after that. I believe we still got 152 people in the house, and we're sitting on 58 likes. Yeah, you lot, the rent is not renting. The rent is not renting. The like button is just below there. Please make sure the chat's going crazy. So obviously appreciate everyone in the chat. You lot, the chat is funny as always today. So make sure we do that. Someone called Nkunku and clunky, and I was actually laughing for about 20 minutes. So you lot are just clunky. So yeah, let's get to 100 likes. 40 likes to go with 152 in here. There's definitely 40 of you lot that can hit that like button right now. So let's get that done and subscribe as well. Let's get to 8.4K. Let's move on to Eric Ten Hag's obviously comments on Antony. Corey, obviously we'll come to you in a second, but Eric Ten Hag has been full of praise with Antony and says he needs time. He's one of the quickest his players ever in terms of like a 0 to 10 meters, 0 to 10. And when he's on it and when he's in form, he's unstoppable. That was the word that I quote, unstoppable.
And so why is it sound like he's trying to sell him?
Yeah. What would be?
Because to me, that sounds like a sales pitch. In 0 to 10, he the quickest I've ever seen, and he unstoppable when he get going. Like, he trying to sell him. He trying to sell him.
Do you reckon it sounds like to me he's trying to sell him to someone who's never watched football before. So someone who's just started watching football last year, he's gone, all right, so who's this Antony guy and what's he about? And that cue the quotes about Antony. Like, I generally think it's a sackable offense to have Amari Forson playing over Ahmad and your own guy who costs 85 mil on the bench. It's like you want to prove a point for Antony, but you don't want to prove a point for others. It's really, really weird. And I like arrogance when it works, But being arrogant and shit is like, again, do you know what? I'll get
that equates to stupid.
I was about to say another comparison, but you might probably know what I was already going to say. Let me not say that because we've worked too hard to get this channel where it is today, so it's not worth me making that comment. But to be shit and arrogant, it just don't mix in it. It just don't mix.
Bro, I just think,
Don't mix.
with Antony, like these comments that he's made, and then we're also seeing like links with him to be sold. Like, bro, he's just on thin ice. Like, he's really on thin ice. This is what, second season, isn't it? He's on ridiculously thin ice, and especially with the new owners. Months. Yeah, bro. Especially with the new owners.
I don't want to hear it, fam.
To let 11 man go. Like,
if Pepe performed like this, you'd be on the crucifix.
Oh
right now,
my
fam.
god. Oh
so
my god.
For me, Antony should be hung out to dry and be out of the stinky.
That's like Sancho.
Bro, the way Sancho and Pepe, the way these men got out of the stinky for less. They got out of it as stinky for less.
Bro, but I think he has been hung out to dry.
No,
you don't think so?
What, not being picked?
No, not even not being picked. Like, in terms of being hung out to dry, we look at it more on a social media basis. Because whatever happened with Pepe not playing or whatever, we just got onto him on social media. And I think Antony has definitely been got onto on social media numerous times.
Nah. And Pepe, the thing is, Pepe actually performed in an Arsenal shirt. Like, he's actually done things.
He had moments for Arsenal. He had moments for Arsenal. I'm not going to say he was a flop. All in all,
going back and forth.
He had moments, bro. He had moments for Arsenal. I even said, bro, he's better than Reece Nelson. He still has a space in the Arsenal team now. That's my hot take. He could easily be backup right wing to Saka, in my opinion. Even today, not saying he'd be a good baller, but
what do you think about that one, K?
Huh? I'm not saying nothing in it. We ain't got that.
There's nothing wrong with Reece. There's nothing wrong with Reece, K. But I'm saying that like the drop off between Saka and Reece is too big on the right wing, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%.
See what I'm saying? So I don't think the drop off from Pepe to Saka is big, but like I'm saying, it wouldn't be wild or out of this world to say Pepe was a backup right winger for Saka. You know what I'm saying? That's you know. I don't even want to leave it on Pepe. I don't even want to crash it on Pepe or even involve Pepe in this. This is more Antony in it. It's just I feel like Ten Hag, his days are numbered for me. I think if he's given time, can I confidently say it's going to get better? I haven't seen an identity of football to say that.
Well, I think Ten Hag's sacked to the end of the season anyway.
Yeah, so do I.
I think he's going to the end of the season.
Not even the FA Cup. What happens then?
Brother, we just watched Van Gaal get. If you don't make champs, bro, you have to make Champions League. Second season, you have to make Champions League. That's a bare minimum.
Same with Chelsea though. The football has changed. The regime has changed. Like you ain't getting time. Like Ten Hag got time because he got Champions League with a squad that wasn't his. He won a cup with a squad that wasn't. Obviously, he bought players, but I'm talking about like he still needed to integrate his own style in it. This is supposed to be the year where it's like Ten Hag's men. Yeah. This was the year.
Exactly. And it hasn't worked.
Yeah,
it hasn't worked. So, you can't take another season after this. This has been a disaster. It's been a disaster season.
Yeah, I know. I hear it. I don't know. But yeah, we'll leave it. We'll leave it at that. I think there's not too much information. There's not too much like detail we can go into talking about how poor Ten Hag has been. We've got a few FA Cup games predictions. So let's start with Man City and Luton. That's just about to kick off. Predictions, Brandon? We'll start with Corey, and then go to me, and then go to Casey.
Luton. I don't think Lokonga's playing. So for that reason, I can't lie. City's got a strong lineup, very strong lineup. Yeah, I think that City Walker, man. So I think it'll be like 3-0. 3-0 City.
3-0 City.
I'm saying 2-0 City.
I'm gonna say 3-1 City. 3-1 City.
Yeah, there's no Lokonga, no Adebayo. Yeah, it's just Luton's lineup just stinks. Can't even see him bagging.
Newcastle, Blackburn.
Newcastle.
Yeah, people forget Newcastle are still dead.
Yeah, Newcastle are looking a bit spooky. I can't lie. They're not looking great.
No, I think is that playing?
I'm gonna say what? Yep. Is there replays?
Yeah,
are there replays or is that extra time?
I'm not even sure. Is there replays? Is there replays in this round or not?
I don't know. But I'm gonna say draw. I'm gonna say 1-1. And H4. I'm with Rants on Thursday. Thursday at 1:30. Thursday at 1 p.m. or 1:30. Not tomorrow.
Newcastle lineup's pretty strong, to be fair.
No, bro, Isaac for me has too much quality, fam.
Yeah,
like he'll bag.
Oh, no replays. I think it's straight pens. Crazy.
Yeah, straight. Yeah, I know. It might go extra time. I think.
Yeah, I'll go Newcastle. I'll edge Newcastle on pens, and I'll say Newcastle. Liverpool, Southampton at Anfield.
2-0.
Yes, I'll say
3-1. Sorry, 3-1.
I'll say 4-0. 4-0 Liverpool.
3-1.
I'll say probably 2-1 Liverpool. I'll say 2-1 Liverpool.
That game was Champions League.
I forgot that.
Yeah, obviously. I agree. Yeah, a few more injuries. I think our midfield we could still concede a crappy goal. 2-1 or 3-1. I'll say 2-1. Chelsea against Leeds.
No, Leeds.
Yeah, Chelsea versus Leeds.
I think Chelsea win.
Who's at home?
Chelsea. It's at the Bridge.
I honestly just don't know with this team, man. I don't know. I'm going 2-2. But I just don't know where Chelsea in it.
That's what I'm saying 2-1. And United away to Nottingham Forest.
I think we get knocked out.
I've got that thing. I'm not even gonna shade. I've got that fixture on the weekend, so I know Awoniyi slide dead. The Awoniyi thing is so dead.
If them man play like Awoniyi and Gibbs White and them man, I feel like Forest knocking them out. I feel like they're knocking them out. 2-1 Forest.
I'm saying 2-1 as well, Forest.
God damn. And I think you do it, Corey. 2-1.
I think United they've shown me too many games in being shit and still winning. How about this? We talk about the Fulham game.
One step forward, two step back.
How about this? United nearly did it against Fulham when after Maguire scored the goal. They still had 7 minutes to play. They nearly did it.
McTominay nearly bagged
Maguire, Bruno, all them man are doubts.
Yeah, but we'll have to see in it. We'll have to see. I know Maguire. I got word he won't be playing in it, so he's not playing.
Varane not playing.
Yeah, so we'll see. Months, will they have foreskin up top? I don't know. You don't gotta stop calling him foreskin because I accidentally called him foreskin the other day, and I was just like, now it's like it shouldn't be like.
This kid got that name for no reason, not a single reason.
It's so tapped.
It's 1-0 already.
Amari
It's 1-0 already.
To who?
1-0 already.
To City.
Yes.
Yeah, forget it. Just forget.
Yeah, I knew that. With another episode of Big Six Bands, we'll be back tomorrow with the actual with the FA Cup fixtures that actually matter because these ones are just going to be wins. Anyway, guys, take care. We'll see you soon. Like the video, subscribe, and drop a comment and all that good stuff, man. We'll see you tomorrow.